Tandava Pranams, good morning to everyone. We are here in the West London mat. Just a few of us, as some of the devotees are currently in Glastonbury doing some preaching programs there. And some of the devotees are traveling. And they will be returning on Monday. So for now, I'm reading through the Adi Lila chapter 4, which is the confidential reasons for the appearance of Lord Chaitanya. And I'm here with Devananda Prabhu. Jai Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai, Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu ki Jai, Srila Eksi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Right, Devananda Prabhu? Are we ready?
Ready? Yeah.
We are in chapter 4, Adi Lila,
Yeah.
text 45. All right, so Devananda, you want to share something of your experience living in the temple or something? It's blissful, isn't it?
It's very nice. Yeah, very peaceful, and yeah, very pleasant, and lots of nice devotees to associate with, and you become more attached to Krishna and your Guru Maharaj by every day attending the classes and programs and serving. And yeah, so I recommend it to anybody.
Very good. So next week we'll have Gadadhar Pandit back on Monday. I think he can continue reading. Okay, so let's start then. Yatotaram aso swada visesola sami api ratir vasanaya swadpi vasate kapi kasyati. Increasing love is experienced in various tastes, one above another, but that love which has the highest taste in the gradual succession of desire manifests itself in the form of conjugal love. This is a verse from Srila Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 2.5.38. Ataeva madura rasa kohitara nama swakiya parakiya bhave dvividha samstana. Therefore I call it madura rasa. It has two further divisions, namely wedded and unwedded love. Parakiya bhave ati rasera ulasha brayavina ihara anjatra nahi vasa. There is a great increase of mellow in the unwedded conjugal mood. Such love is found now here but in Braja.
Nowhere.
Huh?
Found nowhere.
No.
Oh, you're now here.
Now here but in Braja. Such love is found now here but in Braja. It's a different expression, right? Now here.
No, it should actually be nowhere, shouldn't it?
Nowhere. But why is it together? That's true. Let me read it again so we can. There is a great increase of mellow in the unwedded conjugal mood. Such love is found nowhere but in Braja. Oh yeah, you are right. No, but it's there is a spelling mistake.
Yeah, mistaken.
In the writing, yeah.
Should be two separate words.
Right. Braja Badhu Ganera Ei Babanira Badi Tanramaje Esira Daya Babera Abadi. This mood is unbounded in the damsels of Braja, but among them it finds its perfection in Sri Radha. So the Lord is describing all different types of relationships. And we are talking about the Madhurya Rasa. Praudha Nirmala Baba Prema Sarvatama Krishnera Madhurya Rasa Aswada Karana. Here pure her pure, mature love surpasses that of all others. Her love is the cause of Lord Krishna's tasting the sweetness of the conjugal relationship. Ataeva sei baba angikara kori sadilena niya vancha Gauranga Srihari. Therefore, Lord Gauranga, who is Srihari himself, accepted the sentiments of Radha and thus fulfilled his own desires. Purport of the four kinds of reciprocation of loving service, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya, Madhurya is considered the fullest, but the conjugal relationship is further divided into two varieties, namely Swakiya and Parakiya. Swakiya is a relationship with Krishna as a formally married husband, and Parakiya is a relationship with Krishna as a paramour. Experts and analysts have decided that the transcendental ecstasy of the Parakiya Melo is better because it is more enthusiastic. This phase of conjugal love is found in those who have surrendered to the Lord in intense love, knowing well that such illicit love with a paramour is not morally approved in society. The risks involved in such love of Godhead make this emotion superior to the relationship in such risk is not involved. The validity of such risk, however, is possible only in the transcendental realm. Swakiya and Parakiya conjugal love of Godhead have not existence in the material world, and Parakiya is not exhibited anywhere in Vaikuntha, but only in the portion of Goloka Vrindavan known as Braja. Some devotees think that Krishna is eternally the enjoyer in Goloka Vrindavan, but only sometimes comes to the platform of Braja to enjoy Parakiya Rasa. The 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, however, have explained that Krishna's pastimes in Braja are eternal, like his other activities in Goloka Vrindavan. Braja is a confidential part of Goloka Vrindavan. Krishna exhibited his Braja pastimes on the surface of this world, and similarly pastimes are eternally exhibited in Braja in Gokula, Goloka Vrindavan, where Parakiya Rasa is ever existent. In the 3rd chapter of this epic, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has explicitly accepted the fact that Krishna appeared in this material world at the end of Dwapara age, of the 28th Chatur Yuga of Vaisvasvata Muni, and brings with him his Brajadam, which is the eternal abode of his highest pastimes. As the Lord appears by his own internal potency, so he also brings all his paraphernalia by the same internal potency, without extraneous help. It is further stated here in Chaitanya Charitamrita that the Parakiya sentiment is existent only in the transcendental realm and nowhere else. The highest form of ecstasy can exist only in the most confidential part of the transcendental world. But by the causeless mercy of the Lord, we can have a peep into the invisible Braja. The transcendental mellow relished by the gopis in Braja is super excellently featured in Srimati Radharani. Mature assimilation of the transcendental humor of conjugal love is represented by Srimati Radharani, whose feelings are incomprehensible even to the Lord himself. The intensity of her loving service is the highest form of ecstasy. No one can surpass Srimati Radharani in relishing the transcendental mellow qualities of the Lord. Therefore, the Lord himself agreed to assume the position of Radharani in the form of Lord Sri Gauranga. He then relished the highest position of Parakiya Rasa, as exhibited in the transcendental abode of Braja. Suresanam Durgam Gatir Atisajeno Panisadam Muninam Sarvasvam Pranata Patalinam Madhurima Vinirjasa Premno Nikila Pasu Palabuja Drisham Sachaitanya Kimme Puna Apidrishor Jasyati Padam. Lord Chaitanya is the shelter of the demigods, the goal of the Upanishads, the be-all and the end-all of all the great sages. the beautiful shelter of his devotees, and the essence of love for the lotus-eyed gopis. Will he again be the object of my vision? Aparam Kashyapi Pranaji Jana Brindasya Kutuki Rasastomam Ritva Maduram Upavoktum Kamapi Ja Rucham Swam Ababre Dyutim Iha Tadiyam Prakatayan Sadevas Chaitanya Kritir Atitaram Na Kripayatu. Lord Krishna desired to taste the limitless nectarian mellows of the love of one of his multitude of loving damsels, Sri Radha. And so he has assumed the form of Lord Chaitanya. He has tasted that love while hiding his own dark complexion with her effulgent yellow color. May the Lord Chaitanya confer upon us his grace. Texts 51 and 52 are from the Stava Mala of Srila Rupa Goswami. So the last two verses that we just read are from the Stava Mala of Srila Rupa Goswami. Bhava Grahanera Hetu Kaila Dharma Stapana Taramukya Hetu Kahi Suna Sarvayana. To accept ecstatic love is the main reason he appeared and re-established the religious system for this age. I shall now explain that reason. Everyone, please listen. Mula hetu ages lokera, kaila avasha, eve kohi seis lokera arta prakasha. Having first given hints about the verse describing the principal reason why the Lord appeared, now I shall manifest its full meaning. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Hladini Shakti Rasmat Ekatmanav Api Bhuvi Puradeha Vedam Gatoto Chaitanya Kyam Prakatam Aduna Tat Adya Dvayam Chaikyam Aptam Radha Baba Dyuti Subalitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. So this text is from the diary of Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami. It appears as the fifth of the first 14 verses of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendentally manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, they separated themselves eternally. Now these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with his sentiments and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself. Radha Krishna Eka Atma Dui Deha Dori Anyonye Vilase Rasa Aswadana Kori. Radha and Krishna are one and the same, but they have assumed two bodies. Thus they enjoy each other, tasting the mellows of love. Purport. The two transcendentalists, Radha and Krishna, are a puzzle to materialists. The above description of Radha and Krishna from the diary of Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami, is a condensed explanation, but one needs great spiritual insight to understand the mystery of these two personalities. One is enjoying in two. Sri Krishna is the potent factor and Srimati Radharani is the internal potency. According to Vedanta philosophy, there is no difference between the potent and the potency. They are identical. We cannot differentiate between one and the other, any more than we can separate fire from heat. Everything in the absolute is inconceivable in relative existence. Therefore, in relative cognizance, it is very difficult to assimilate this truth of the oneness between the potent and the potency. The philosophy is inconceivable oneness and difference propounded by Lord Chaitanya is the only source of understanding for such intricacies of transcendence. In fact, Radharani is the internal potency of Sri Krishna, and she eternally intensifies the pleasure of Sri Krishna. Impersonalists cannot understand this without the help of a Maha Bhagavat devotee. The very name Radha suggests that she is eternally the topmost mistress of the comforts of Sri Krishna. As such, she is the medium transmitting the living entity's service to Sri Krishna. Devotees in Vrindavan therefore seek the mercy of Srimati Radharani in order to be recognized as loving servitors of Sri Krishna. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally approaches the fallen conditioned souls of the Iron Age to deliver the highest principle of transcendental relationships with the Lord. The activities of Lord Chaitanya are primarily in the role of the pleasure-giving portion of his internal potency. The absolute personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is the omnipotent form of transcendental existence, knowledge and bliss in full. His internal potency is exhibited first as Sat, or existence, or in other words, as the portion that expands the existence function of the Lord. The same potency, while displaying full knowledge, is called Chit or Sambit, which expands the transcendental forms of the Lord. Finally, the same potency, while playing as a pleasure-giving medium, is known as Hladini, or the transcendental blissful potency. Thus, the Lord manifests his internal potency in three transcendental divisions. So, Sat, Chit, Ananda, right? Or Hladini, which is the Hladini or the transcendental blissful potency, right? Seidui eka eve Chaitanya Goswami, rasa aswadite donghe haila eka tani. Now, to enjoy rasa, they have appeared in one body as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Itilagi age kori tara vivarana, jaha haite haya gaurera, mahima katana. We are reading the confidential reasons for the appearance of Lord Chaitanya, right? Mm. Therefore, I shall first delineate the position of Radha and Krishna. From that, the glory of Lord Chaitanya will be known. Radhika hayena Krishnera pranaya vikara, swarupa shakti hladini namayanhara. Srimati Radhika is a transformation of Krishna's love. She is his internal energy called Hladini. Hladini karaya Krishna anandaspadana, Hladinira dware kore bhaktera prasana. That Hladini energy gives Krishna's pleasure and nourishes his devotees. Purport. Srila Jiva Goswami has elaborately discussed the Hladini potency in his Priti Sandarbha. He says that the Vedas clearly state only devotional service can lead one to the personality of Godhead. Only devotional service can help a devotee meet the Supreme Lord face to face. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is attracted by devotional service, and as such, the ultimate supremacy of Vedic knowledge rests in knowing the science of devotional service. And I'm going to read a bit further down in the next paragraph. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has three kinds of internal potency, namely the Hladini, or pleasure potency, Sandini, or existential potency, and Sambit, or cognitive potency. In the Vishnu Purana, the Lord is addressed as follows: O Lord, you are the support of everything. The three attributes, Hladini, Sandini, and Sambit, exist in you as one spiritual energy. But the material mode which causes happiness, misery, and mixture of the two do not exist in you, for you have no material qualities. Hladini is the personal manifestation of the blissfulness of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by which he enjoys pleasure. And then we continue text 61. Satchit Ananda Purna Krishnera Swarupa Eka Chit Shakti Tanra Doretina Rupa. Lord Krishna's body is eternal, Sat, full of knowledge, Chit, and full of bliss, Ananda. His one spiritual energy manifests three forms. Anandam se Hladini, Sat amse Sandini, Chit amse Sambit Jaret Gyana Korimani. Forgive my pronunciation. I'm not saying it properly. Hladini is his aspect of bliss, Sandini of eternal existence, and Sambit of cognizance, which is also accepted as knowledge. Purport. In his thesis Bhagavad Sandarbha, verse 102, Srila Jiva Goswami explains the potencies of the Lord as follows. The transcendental potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by which he maintains his existence is called Sandini. The transcendental potency by which he knows himself and causes others to know him is called Sambit. The transcendental potency by which he possesses transcendental bliss and causes his devotee to have bliss is called Hladini. The total exhibition of these potencies is called Visuddha Sattva, and this platform of spiritual variegatedness. How do you say that? Variegatedness is displayed even in the material world when the Lord appears here. The pastimes and manifestation of the Lord in the material world are therefore not at all material. They belong to the pure transcendental state. Bhagavad Gita confirms that anyone who understands the transcendental nature of the Lord's appearance, activities, and disappearance become eligible for freedom from material bondage upon quitting the present material tabernacle. Upon quitting the present material tabernacle. He can enter the spiritual kingdom to associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and reciprocate the Hladini potency in transaction between him and the Lord. In the mundane mode of goodness, there are tinges of passion and ignorance. Therefore, goodness being mixed is called Mishra Sattva, but the transcendental variegatedness of Visuddha Sattva is completely free from all mundane qualities. Visuddha Sattva is therefore the proper atmosphere in which to experience the personality of Godhead and his transcendental pastimes. Spiritual variegatedness is eternally independent of all material conditions and is non-different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, both being absolute. The Lord and his devotees simultaneously perceive the Hladini potency directly by the power of Sambit. The material modes of nature control the conditioned souls, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead is never influenced by these modes. As all Vedic literatures directly and indirectly corroborate. Lord Krishna himself says in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Sattvam Rajas Tama iti guna jivasya naiva me. The material modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance are connected with the conditioned souls, but never with me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Vishnu Purana confirmed this as follows. Sadbhadayo na santise yatra na prakrita guna sasudha sarva sudevyam puman adya prasidatu. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, is beyond the three qualities of goodness, passion, and ignorance. No material qualities exist in him. May the original person, Narayan, who is situated in a completely transcendental position, be pleased with us. In the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Indra praises Krishna as follows. Visuddha sattvam tavad adama santam tapomayam dvasta rajas tamaskam maya mayo yam guna samprabhavho navidyate te grahana nu bandaha. My dear Lord, your abode is Visuddha Sattva, always undisturbed by the material qualities, and the activities there are in transcendental loving service unto your feet. The goodness, austerity, and penance of the devotees enhance such activities, which are free from the contamination of passion and ignorance. Material qualities cannot touch you under any circumstances. That was from the Srimad Bhagavatam 10.27.4. Text 63. Hladini Sandini Sambit Tuai Eka Sarva Samstito Hlada Tapakari Mishra Twaji no Guna Barjite. O Lord, you are the support of everything. The three attributes, Hladini, Sandini, and Sambit, exist in you as one spiritual energy. But the material modes which cause happiness, misery, and mixture of the two do not exist in you, for you have no material qualities. That's a text from the Vishnu Purana 1.12.69. Sandinira Sara Amsa Sudha Sattva Nama Bhagavanera Sattva Yahate Vishrama. The essential portion of the Sandini potency is Sudha Sattva. Lord Krishna's existence rests upon it. So we're going to stop here today, and we continue tomorrow. We can repeat tomorrow the text 64 of the Adi Lila chapter 4. Jai Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki. Srila S.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. And we're going to read a little bit from the Devotional Treasure Chest by Srila Bhakti Rakshaya Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. We are in the Path of the Heart, page 132. In Bhaktivinoda Thakur's book, Jaiva Dharma, we find that a Vaishnava asked his Gurudev, devotion, it is eternal, but why do you say that it came from Mahaprabhu? So, a Vaishnava asked his Gurudev, devotion, it is eternal, but why do you say that it came from Mahaprabhu? Then his guru, Paramahansa Babaji, replied, I visited Vrindavan and asked the eternal servitor of Sri Chaitanya Deva, Sanatana Goswami, this Anarpita Charim Chirat, which has never been dealt with before, what is the meaning underlying it? Then Sanatana Goswami replied, Bhakti is eternal. In Narada Bhakti Sutra, Sandilya Sutra, all such scriptures, this has been given. But the type of devotion which Mahaprabhu came with, which we meet after the advent of Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Dev, that was not previously at any time open to the ordinary person. So it is called Anarpita Charim. And what is that standard of devotion? It is this, complete surrender to Krishna in consorthood, where every atom of the Jiva soul gets welcomed and embraced by the corresponding atom of Krishna consciousness, Madhurya Ras. That was not open to the public before. This is my finding, my faith. You may accept it or not. Sanatana Goswami explained it like this to the Vaishnava. So Sanatana Goswami explained it like this to the Vaishnava. This is my private conception. You may take it or not. This was his reply. So devotion has its beginning. The beginning of devotional life is here, where Krishna says, Vasudevaha Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlava. Then there is the beginning of bhakti, the primary admission into the devotional school about Gyan, knowledge, and Vairagya, renunciation. That is Santa Rasa, passive relations with the Lord. From there is the gradation of Dasya Rasa, servitude, then Sakya Rasa, fraternity, then Vatsalya Rasa, parenthood, and finally Madhurya Rasa, conjugal love. All this is given in detail in Ramananda Sambad. In this way, bhakti is going up. Systematically, we are to understand and digest it. Digest what is bhakti. Yet, in the beginning, we are to have a broad conception of the positive world, the world of dedication. Jai. This is in line with what we were reading in Chaitanya Charitamrita, right? Right? We were reading about that. Jai Shri Sridhar Maharaj Ki, Shri Bhakti Rakshita Goswami Maharaj Ki. You want to read Chant Hari Haraya Prabhu?
Hari Haraya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hari Haraya Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Kesavaya Namaha.
Gopala Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan.
Gopala Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudana.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana.
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita
Chandra.
Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Rupa Sanatana Pata Raghunath.
Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhakta Raghunath.
Sri Jiva Gopala Bhakta Dasa Raghunath.
Sri Jiva Gopala Bhakta Raghunath.
Ichoi Gosai Koi Charana Vandana.
Ichoi Gosai Koi Charana Vandana.
Sahavite Vignanas Avista Purana.
Jahawite Vinana Savista Purana.
Ichoi Gosai Charamuri Taradan.
Ichoi Gosai Charamuri Taradasa.
Dasapara Pada Venu Mara Panchagraha.
Dasavara Paravenu Mura Panchagrasa.
Tadera Charana Sevi Bhaktistani Ban.
Tadera Charana Sevi Bhaktistani Ban.
Jana me Moa Hey Avila.
Jana me Moa Hey Avila.
Ichoi Gosai Jabe Brate Koila Ban.
Ichoi Gosai Jabe Brate Koila Ban.
Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash.
Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash.
Ananda Polo Hari Braja Vrindavan.
Anande Bolo Hari Braja Vrindavan.
Sri Guru Vaishnava Pare Madhyayamana.
Sri Guru Vaishnava Pare
Madhyayamana.
Sri Guru Vaishnava Pada Padma Koya.
Sri Guru Vaishnava Pada Padma Koya.
Harinam Sankirtan Kohai Narottamada.
Harinam Sankirtan Narottamada.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama
Jai Shri Guru Garanga Vada Girid Hari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Jayam Prishipad Paramahamsa Paravaja Kacharya Varya Ashtatara Sata Shri Shrimad Shri Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jayam Prishipad Paramahamsa Paravaja Kacharya Varya Ashtatara Sata Shri Shrimad Shri Bhakti Shri Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jayam Prishipad Paramahamsa Paravaja Kacharya Varya Ashtatara Sata Shri Shrimad Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Jayam Prishipad Sri Gauri Kishore Das Babiji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jayam Prishipad Sri Sachidananda Sri Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jayam Prishipad Sri Jagannath Das Babiji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Sri Rupanuku Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namachar Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Sri A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nantikoti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Baladev Vijabhusana Ki Jai. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Narottam Shamananda Srinivasa Acharya Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj Ki Jai. All the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan Ki Jai. Sarvashada Sri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Sarvashada Sriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shami Kun Radha Kun Kevi Govardhan Gopal Ju Ki Jai. Sri Lakshmi Varaha Devi Ki Jai. Sri Bhakti Vigna Vinashaya Sri Nasingadev Ki Jai. Bhakti Prabhupada Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Tosi Parikama Ki Jai. Tosi Mahavani Ki Jai. Ganga Janamarji Ki Jai. Gauranta Shrimad Bhagavatam Chaitanya Taratamrita Ki Jai. Vaishnava Vacha Sabha Ki Jai. Akrumat Vacha Chi Chaitanya Mat Ki Jai. Tadya Saka Mat Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Sarasvat Mat Ki Jai. Vishwa Vyapi Tadya Saka Mat Ki Jai. Sri Damayapur Ki Jai. Sri Dhammapadvik Ki Jai. Vrindavan Purushottam Dham Ki Jai. Baladev Subhajai Jagannath Ki Jai. Sri Govinda Kun Ki Jai. Sri Swadashva Ganga Duarjo Ki Jai. Samaveta Vaishnava Mandalay Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhaktivinda Ki Jai. Jai Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All these assembled devotees Ki Jai. As I go with Premanandi.
Hari Bo. And Dandava to all the devotees worldwide and having wishing you a good day.